As I returned to my campus in 1965, a friend said his sister was pregnant and nearly suicidal and not ready to have a child. And could I help her find a doctor to perform an abortion? I hadn't really thought about the issue before. In 1965, it's hard, maybe hard to remember, um, but it was a more innocent time. We
Mm.
barely talked about sex in public, let alone about abortion. And I said I would do what I could. I went to the medical arm of the civil rights movement, the Medical Committee for Human Rights, and I found a remarkable doctor, Dr. T.R.M. Howard. I didn't know it at the time, but he had been a courageous civil rights champion in Mississippi and came to Chicago when his name appeared on a Klan death list. I made a connection with him. He performed the procedure. Everything was very successful. And I thought that was it. I thought I had done a good deed. But word must have spread because someone else called.
Mhm.
I made that arrangement with Dr. Howard, and then someone else called.
Right.
And at that point, I realized I better set up a system.
Yes.
And because in Chicago, three people talking about performing an abortion would have been a conspiracy to commit a felony, we decided to tell people, ask for Jane.
Mm.
And I recruited other women into that system,
Mm.
and we called the group Jane.
Wow.
Had ads up that said, pregnant, don't want to be, call Jane, and had a phone number.
Phenomenal.
Over time, the women of Jane learned themselves how to provide the abortions. And the women of Jane performed 11,000 abortions between 1965, when I started it, and 1973, when Roe became the law of the land.
Mhm.